Hello everyone, Alec DeLorean here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Now in today's video, we're going to have the best build for Doctor Strange. Either him or Emma Stone is arguably the best support in the game right now because they can both heal and they can both buff teammates. But in terms of what you want, if you want more heals, Doctor Strange is your guy. But if you want more buffs for dealing extra damage, Emma Frost is your woman. But before we get into it, if you would like to join the Discord, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content, and all things Marvel related, be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the video. Okay, so the best build for Doctor Strange. Now let's go through the content, and before we go into anything, just like in the Emma Frost video, I get a lot of my information from just playing the game, but also mysticmayhem.gg. It's a fantastic site. You can see all of the characters there. You can see all the highlights, all the artifacts, and then also a tier list of all the best characters in the game, so you know who to level and who not to level once the reset comes out and you can't actually reset for free. So I highly recommend going to mysticmayhem.gg, and whoever knows the creator, just comment below because I don't know, so I'd love to shout them out. But in the actual contents of this video, so we're going to go for all the best artifacts, best highlights, best stats, the best Soul Saga route, discussing skills and passives, and then finally finishing it off with best team synergies. So the first one is we have all of the artifacts. Now you can only equip 2, but I'm going to throw in 4 in there because you might not have the 2 that you need, but you might have the other 2 that I've selected here. So they are Gamma Mutagen, Avengers ID card, Force Field Glove, and Undrian. So currently what I'm running of these 4 is I'm with Gamma Mutagen for the increased energy generation by 20%, and also the Avengers ID card for increases all allies attack damage by 15% for 10 seconds after the wearer uses their ultimate move. The other 2 are decent, but not as good, but if you don't have them, then these are the next best things. Force Field Glove increases wearer's HP by 10%, standard. Undrian, all allies take 12% less damage for 10 seconds after the wearer uses their ultimate move. So if you want survivability, then the bottom 2 are for you, but the way I play Doctor Strange is I'm trying to buff my teammates' damage so I can get through the fight as fast as I can. So Gamma Mutagen and Avengers ID card is what I like to run, and what I think is the best 2 of all the artifacts for Doctor Strange. Now moving on to the highlights. So the highlights I've gone for are Vow to Protect, Time for War Keys, Ancient Frontier, and Adapt and Evolve. So there's 2 that I would absolutely love to use. Like if I could have 2 highlights, I'd wear Vow to Protect and Ancient Frontier. But I think these 2 are definitely going to be personal preference. I really do enjoy Doctor Strange's healing, and I really want to have it so his ultimate always heals for the whole full health of any character. So Vow to Protect, the wearer's outgoing healing increases by 32%, and they also gain a mana after using a skill or ultimate, so that's really good. It's just really fantastic for getting the extra mana and also keeping your teammates alive with all the healing. So if you're that kind of player, like I've got this and I'm really loving it more than I was expecting. But if you don't want that and you do end up getting Ancient Frontier and you're picking between the 2, Ancient Frontier might be a lot of people's favorite because it's typically just an absolute menace, and it's also legendary. The wearer's energy generation increases by 30%, so that's really fast. After the wearer uses an ultimate move, allies crit rate increases by 16% for 10 seconds. But you might be thinking, oh, if I put Vow to Protect on Doctor Strange, but I'm then running Emma Frost and she has Ancient Frontier, then all of these go together because you definitely want it on her because her ultimate is all about giving extra damage, and then if you pair this with the extra crit rate, then it goes really well. So if you only have one, Vow to Protect is really good, and then if you don't have any of them, Adapt and Evolve is a very good blue version. The wearer's outgoing healing increases by 24%, which is basically a weaker version of Vow to Protect. And then Time for War Keys, the wearer's HP increases by 16%. After the wearer uses an ultimate move, refunds 40 to 80 ultimate energy randomly, which is pretty decent, so you can keep getting his ultimate up and going quite often. But I think these 2 are a bit more better, but if you don't have these 2, then Time for War Keys and Adapt and Evolve are definitely your next best bet. Moving on to the best stats is kind of similar to Emma Frost. It's just that with Doctor Strange, he really does very little damage. Emma Frost can pump out a little bit, but definitely more than Doctor Strange. So in terms of the stats, they're both energy generation is their number one, but for Strange, it's health percentage and health after that, because obviously he's not going to be pumping out a lot of damage, so if you're going to go for the attack percentage and the attack, it's not going to make too much of a difference, so you may as well make it so that he can survive for longer. But yes, always going to go for the enemy energy generation for number one though. And then this is the route that I've chosen for the Soul Saga. So I've gone straight up Heart 1, 2, and 3 first, and then Mind 1, 2, and 3, and then Soul. Simple as that. Nothing too much going on about it. And it's a very simple route, so you don't have to like backtrack like you did with Emma Frost by going 1, 2, and then switching over to the other side. So I think this is a decent route. Now let's discuss his skills. So the first one is Vishanti's Blessing. What that one does is select one of 3 spells and add it to your hand. Now this of the 2 skills is his most important one, because with Doctor Strange, I'm not there to deal damage, which what this one kind of does. But with the Blessing, you can either one of 4. There's 4 optional skills, but only 3 show up. So one of them increases the attack percent. One of them one of them heals you. One of them gives defense minus to the enemy, and then the last one gives you ultimate charge. So there's a lot of really good ones. The ones I've found to use the least is definitely the heal, but I think that's just because I'm running Emma Frost, so I already have a lot of healing on the go anyway with Emma Frost's skill and Doctor Strange's ultimate. I've already got 2 heals, so I don't really need to use that. So a lot of the times I go for the attack increase and then energy, the ultimate energy if I'm very low on an ultimate for one of the characters. Those are the 2 that I mostly use, but attack is definitely my go-to, ultimate second, defense third, and then lastly heal is a bit more situational. And then the next one is Crimson Bands of Saitorak, which is deal special damage to an enemy, stunning them for 3 seconds. Obviously, we're not doing this for the damage because he doesn't do much at all, but you're stunning them for 3 seconds. So if you watch the little bar underneath the health, the little white, the little yellow bar, that shows when they're about to cast a skill. So if you keep your eye on that and then use the debuff on the enemy and stun them, that cancels out the ability. Please note that it doesn't work on bosses, so just use this as a damage, or if you want to get rid of a skill, cycle the skills and use a cheap one. This one only costs 2, so it's not too bad to use. And then his ultimate is Eye of Agamotto, which this heals all allies in an area and removes 1 debuff from them. The heal is fantastic. It's so good. It's a slow ultimate charge though, so keep that in mind. So what I like to do is I kind of just use it once teammates get to half health. Like if I have the ultimate and everyone's pretty much full, or at least 3/4, then I'm not really using that. I'm just gonna save it. It also removes a debuff, so if there is a crazy debuff on them, bang, get that out on them and keep your teammates up for survive. Next up are the passives. So the first one is Arcane Enhancement, which this one gains 1 stack of Arcane Enhancement every 10 seconds, up to 3 stacks. Using Crimson Bands of Saitorak or Eye of Agamotto consumes all stacks of change, increasing damage and healing by 13.8% per stack. So the longer the match goes on, every 10 seconds, if you don't use a Doctor Strange heal or damage, well, a skill or ultimate, then it increases even more. So that's why using his ultimate once they're lower pays off more, because you're going to get that extra 13.8%, and if it 3 stacks, that's what, 39 or basically 40% extra healing on top of that. So that's really good. And then next up is Binding Purge. Crimson Bands of Saitorak dispels a buff from the enemy, which is also really good. So if you can't use the stun on the enemy because it's a boss and they gain a buff, you can just use that just to dispel the buff from the enemy. And then the next one is Arcane Acceleration. Allies' energy generation increases by 10%, which is always fantastic because you want to get Emma Frost's ultimate up pretty decently, so pairing this with Emma Frost is really good. Next up is Doctor's Oath, which is for every 1% health the target ally loses, Eye of Agamotto heals for 1% more. So pairing this with all the other stuff, including the 13.8%, pretty much guarantees it. So Doctor Strange's ultimate is going to heal anyone up to 100%. If anyone doesn't go to 100%, I would imagine it would be a tank, but every single time I use the ultimate on Thor, he's always going straight back to 100%. And then lastly is basically the same as Emma Frost. Doctor Strange is one of the best characters in the game, so he synergizes with every single character. He can fit into any team. So the same with Emma Frost, where I'm just throwing up all of the best characters in the game. So Emma Frost goes really well, but if you want to have one spot. You can either choose Emma Frost or Doctor Strange. For the DPS, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, and Thor. Iron Man and Thor for your AoE, and Scarlet Witch for your single target, because she's all about the crit rate, the crit damage. And then Juggernaut is the best tank in the game. If you don't have Juggernaut though, feel free to use Hulk. And then that's all the best team synergies and all of the information, or the best build I have for Doctor Strange. Alright, there you go. There is the best build for Doctor Strange. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you took anything valuable from this video, or if there's anything that I missed from all of these slides. But I won't keep you any longer though, so if you would like to join the Discord, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content, and all things Marvel related, be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.